pag-iwan sa second floor ang ating speaker, may request that you advise the secretary of the whereabouts of the ST members so that we will know on whether we are going to wait for a quorum or not. Thank you.
Dito kita pwede ka nominate ay boss. Kasi pag manifest na dito tayo attend. Di ba? Yan ang mga yan ang mga kabandero, ano? Hindi na magtuman. Correct, sa 99.9 approve ako dyan.
Kilain na lang mo sinabi mo ng title. Kaya natin yung sama ng pagkutan
Hindi ka pa
the resolution of the vice president, ay approving that wala na approving, so approving the provincial development investment fund of the
allow blood first term before it was basically Ikan kayo walang bubong ha? Yan, hindi pa kung ay because ibang bubong mo.
Kasi natingala ako may 5 kilos ko mga bugas, lalo ng Malisa, that is for the CO, the United Provincial Government Employees United Provincial Government Employees of Antique. Pinapaturuan na karaan, APJA karaan, pinapaturuan na 5 kilos are only those who are APJA members. And also heads of offices and mga ST members, the governor and vice governor. Despite ng member ng APJA, but for support of APJA, ginag-pressure ginanda. So that's why parang nagtatag 5 kilos para halito.
Thank you. Maraming salamat, sir.
May mga officers kita na taga-ST office na sa APJA. Si James Kibete, then secretary si James, si Joriel, ang secretary na sa APJA. Mga officers natin. Presidente ng APJA, si Maria Lourdes Liponia Fortaleza.
Awan niya no?
Wife ni Ronnie.
Revise mo.
Okay. Lagi, samaan. Kaya kanta, tatlo pabili. Tatlo kanta.
Sino sa sino?
Hindi, wala si Juan sakit. Kita namin na sa magpuma. Kami pa. So, I'm not sure kay Espila Vega.
Ang hindi natin kanya session na una si Escuderio nagpapal na letter na declaring na mga affiliate ka na for very important undertaking. And then the Vice Governor also wrote me informing that she was advised by her physician to rest. And sick leave na i-applyan is from April 20 to April 23. So that's why I informed SPT Mamay because as the number one is member, automatically she will assume as acting vice governor. Si Estela Vega, according to her staff, napagto pa lang from the north, pagto sa section mo, dahil na-delay ang kanya transportation hanggang sa Daluyan. Also, so far, one from other ST members, we nag-manifest ng mga absence nila. So we need 3 more ST members to be present inside the session hall in order for the ST members present to elect from among themselves who will temporarily preside over the regular session. As of now, there are only 5.
Wednesday, Huli, 26, 12:45. From Manila. Yung pelikula ba? Naman? 3 to 25.
Sila kayo nakapit mga 5 ng figure. Dila na kanya ako.
Come on!
Yes!
Yes, ito! Where is she?
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Nagaganti ka ngayon, boss, ah.
Super ganti ah. Pero maraming problema eh. Kasi yung issue team, tatating na. Wala nang problema kami sa foundation, sa ano. Eh, mamaya. Mamaya ikaw muna ano kasi saka yung
Mga North District yan na rin.
I'm waiting for you.
Ay, nagpag-abuan na. Where's the movie?
Ako talaga tingin.
How are you?
Kahit kung minsan-minsan na makaganti lang.
Fernie, on time ka.
Talagang ako.
Eh, yung naman po. Kulang pa.
Good morning, everybody. As of now, the members of the Panlalawigan who are inside the session hall are the Honorables Limamay, Piccio, Nikia, Adamis, Palacios, Cordera, Tobianosa, and Aluhibat. There are already 8 Honorable SB members inside. So, because there is already a quorum, the members of the Sonia may elect from among themselves who will temporarily preside over our regular session. Thank you very much, Mr. Secretary. We will inform that our regular presiding officer did not be with us this morning. So at this point, I am humbly nominating member Limamay to be our temporary presiding officer. So moved.
Second. Second.
Good morning, everyone. I accept the nomination duly seconded to act as a temporary presiding in this regular session. Again, good morning. The 15th regular session is now called into order. Everyone, please rise. May I request, on behalf of this representation, may I request Member Corbera to offer a prayer to be followed by the singing of the national anthem and the singing of the provincial theme song.
Shall we all rise in prayer? The Lord God said, "Two or more are gathered in His name. He is in the midst." So, upon His presence this morning, let's make a sign of the cross.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Lord, we thank you for this very wonderful day as we are holding our regular session. Lord, we ask you to please send forth your Holy Spirit upon all of us, especially our people representing officer and all of us, that will be able, Lord, to come up with quality legislations in response to the needs of our communities and people. Bless, Lord, including our guests, our members of the state, that whatever, Lord, we have observed in the proceedings of today's session will be properly informed to our constituents, so that, Lord, they will be able also to know the legislative actions of the members of this legislative body. Lord, we entrust everything in you as we further request for better etiquette, for better communities. All these things, Lord, we ask in the mighty name of your Son, Jesus Christ, Lord and Savior.
Amen.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Ang pambansang ang Pilipinas.
Bugos ang kasaysayan ng nagdidigan. Sabihin ang unang barangay limpasan. Ang tigil na mahuyan. Tutakang dunang na mangga. Ang imong baybayon kagkapataga. Hanggang sa putli mga katubigan. Ang sige manuwang na halili. Kusay ang amon kabuhi. Hindi tatayuyo na palakyaw. Ang iyong pagbubuhat matirayo. Doon kang iyong katauhan, kamalaman kagkabataan, sandi sa limpasan kagkadaluhan, banwa na iway may galingan, ang ike banwa na makiling. Kusay kang amon kabuhi. Hindi katayuyon kapalangyaw. Ang iyong pagbubuhat matigayon. Ang iyong pagbubuhat matigayon.
Please be seated. Mr. Secretary, you are requested to please conduct the roll call.
The roll call for the 15th regular session. Honorable Gina Lynn Reyes on sick leave. Honorable Camila Rose A. Mamay. Honorable Alfie J. Onikia. Honorable Da Silva V. Rico Puerto. Honorable Dante Berrio Montpilian Lee. Honorable Vincent H. Picchu III. Honorable Emmanuel C. Palacios Jr. Honorable Zoilo Fernando E. Tubianosa. Honorable Joseph Eugene B. Alhipan. Honorable Noel C. Alamis. Honorable Fernando C. Cabrera Sr. Honorable Vicky N. La Vega. Honorable Julio Cesar Altahan Langit. Honorable Kenneth Dave B. Gasarao. Madam Presiding Officer, there are 11 honorable members of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan present inside the session hall, including the Honorable Temporary Presiding Officer.
With 11, thank you, as the Secretary. With 11 members present inside the session hall, the Chair declares a presence of a quorum to proceed. At this juncture, may I request our floor leader, Honorable Vincent Picchu, to please guide the proceedings.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Chair. Good morning to my colleagues, to our distinguished employees, our visitors. Especially good morning to everyone. We now proceed to item number 6 for the agenda of the 15th regular session of the SP. Reading and consideration of the minutes of the 14th regular session dated April 13, 2026. At this juncture, I believe that the board members have fully read and digested the contents of the minutes of the regular session, and I see no hand. So, Madam Chair, I move to dispense the reading of the minutes of the previous session.
Member Picchu is moving to dispense the reading of the minutes during the 14th regular session. Is there any second to the motion? Seconded by members Corbera and Aluhipan. For your next motion, floor leader.
Yes, at this juncture, Madam Chair, I move that the minutes of the 14th regular session dated April 13, 2026 be approved without any objection.
Member Picchu is moving to approve the minutes of the 14th regular session dated April 13, 2026. Is there any second to the motion? Seconded by members Corbera and Aluhipan. Minutes is approved. Floor leader.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We now proceed to item number 7 of the regular session. Privilege speech, we have none. We move on to item number 8, information. We have 2 items here. So may I request the SP Secretary to read the 2 items stipulated on that information, Madam Chair.
SP Secretary, you are recognized.
Madam Chair, last week we received a letter from John A. Azarpon, the Provincial Director of the DLG Antique, furnishing a copy of letter A, DLG MC 2026-028, entitled Reminder on the Inclusion of the Vice Local Chief Executive and Pulong Barangay in the determination of quorum in the Sangguniang. And B, DLG Circular number 2026-029, dated April 8, 2026, entitled Encouraging the Enactment of Local Ordinances for Safer Cities, a call to action for local government units. All of these, Madam Chair, memorandum circular from the DLG were furnished to the members of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan in hard copy and also in soft copy sent to their emails. This was done last week. Number 2, Madam Chair, is a letter from Attorney Silvestre Otari. The third, he is our provincial assessor, submitting a copy of the quarterly report on real property assessments of this province for the first quarter, January to March 2026. This is only one copy, Madam Chair, consists of several pages. It is now in the custody of Mrs. Palkat, our records officer, and if there be members of the Sangguniang who wishes to read or peruse the same, it is available there, Madam Chair.
Thank you, SP Secretary. I believe that item 1, there is an enclosed proposed ordinance for adoption of the local Sangguniang. This is in relation to the mandatory curfew and no wearing of t-shirts. So the same will be referred to the Committee on Peace and Order and Public Safety together with the Committee on Laws and Ordinances. Lord Leader, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, you mentioned no wearing of t-shirts. Can you please clarify what does this mean?
Mr. Chair, Floor Leader, it is enclosed in the letter of the DILG. There is actually an attached draft of the proposed ordinance they are requiring for a passage of all the respective local Sangguniang. So the same was referred to the Committee on Peace and Order and Public Safety together with the laws and ordinances for it to be studied and possible sponsorship.
Okay, thank you very much, Madam Secretary. We move on to the next item in the agenda, item number 9, appearance of guests. We have none. We move on to item number 10. We have the first reading and referral of proposed measures and communications. For letter A, proposed ordinance, we have none. And letter B, proposed legislative measures. We have 10 items listed here, submitted by the different local government units and our local chief executive. At this juncture, may I request our SP Secretary to read the 10 items under this proposed legislative measures.
Thank you, Mr. Picture. Mr. Secretary, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Mr. Picture. Number 1 of item B is ordinance number 2026-322, Municipality of Colasi. Ordinance amending section 3.3 and section 3.4B of ordinance 2017-124, an ordinance prescribing guidelines for the grant of an authority or license to operate a captive arena in the Municipality of Colasi, Antique, and other regulations relative thereto.
Item 1 is referred to the Committee on Games and Amusement.
Number 2, ordinance 2026-323, Municipality of Colasi. Ordinance granting franchise to operate to Aya Stadium Tactic Arena in Barangay Kamansihan, Colasi, Antique.
To the Committee on Games and Amusement.
Number 3, ordinance 2026-13, Municipality of San Jose de Buena Vista. Ordinance promoting equal employment opportunity and protection of persons with disability in all public and private establishments within the Municipality of San Jose de Buena Vista.
To the Committee on Health, Sanitation, and Social Services.
Ordinance 2026-18, Municipality of San Jose de Buena Vista. Ordinance protecting waterways, creeks, rivers, and drainage channels in the Municipality of San Jose de Buena Vista, prohibiting obstruction and encroachment, ensuring their maintenance and preservation, providing penalties, and for other purposes.
To the Committee on Environment.
Ordinance number 2026-07, Municipality of Sebaste, and ordinance amending appropriation ordinance 02-2026, Municipality of Sebaste.
To the Committee on Laws and Ordinances. To the Committee on Finance and Appropriation.
Number 6, request for SP accreditation of Mr. Virgilio Q. Sanchez, APC BOD Chairman at Ticket Transport Cooperative Incorporated.
To the Committee of NGOs and Cooperatives.
Number 7, letter dated April 7, 2026 from Governor Paulo Ebrard Xavier requesting to correct the name of Ramon de los Santos to Romeo de los Santos in the memorandum of agreement for the establishment of the fruit-free plantation project between the National Environment and Natural Resources Officer of Barbasa and the President of Camp Pipre Farmers Association.
To the Committee on Environment.
Number 8, Madam Chair, is letter dated April 6, 2026 from Arnold A. Balangao, Provincial Agriculture and Fishery Council Chairperson, submitting resolution number 8 series of 2026, a resolution urging the provincial local government unit to pass an ordinance promoting the display and sale of local agricultural produce in market outlets and commercial establishments.
To the Committee on Agriculture.
Number 9, letter dated April 14, 2026 from Governor Paulo S. Javier requesting the Office Body to pass an ordinance prescribing rates for the use of the universal testing machine for steel products, specifically for the testing of tensile strength of reinforcing steel bars under the management of the provincial government of Antique.
To the Committee on Ways and Means.
Number 10, letter dated April 14, 2026 from Governor Paulo Everaldo Isabia requesting the Ombudsman to pass an ordinance establishing a monthly rental of 6,000 pesos for the recently established Farmers Enterprise and Promotion Center located at Barangay Ipocagay, Haktik, Antique.
To the Committee on Ways and Means.
Those are all the referrals, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Floor leader, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Chair. We move on to the next item in our agenda, item number 11, committee reports. We have substantial number of committee reports. The first to be rendered is the Committee on NGOs and Cooperatives, and the chairperson is the Honorable Fernando Cordera. I wish that he be recognized to present this on behalf of this Ombudsman.
Member Corbera, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President Chair. Thank you, Lord Chair. This is committee report number 167-2026. Under the Committee on NGOs and Cooperatives, the subject of this is request for SP accreditation of Lujolin T. Marinas, CWA President, Calabanog Women's Association. This was referred to the Committee on NGOs and Cooperatives on April 13 during the 14th regular session of this month. Findings, recommendation. Section 1108 of the Local Government Code of 1961 and the AID Memorandum Circular number 2025-060 grants the powers to the local Sangguniang to accredit non-government organizations subject to such as being provided by laws. According to the Local Government Code and the NLD, CSOs are allowed to be partners of the provincial government for the implementation of programs and projects for the development of the province of Antique. The application of Lujolin T. Marinas, CWA President, Calabanog Women's Association, complied with the requirements prescribed by law for accreditation of the civil society organizations. The Committee on NGOs and Cooperatives hereby recommends for the adoption of this committee report and further moves that the application of Calabanog Women's Association be deemed approved by this committee, Madam President. I so move.
Member Tobianosa is moving for the adoption of Committee Report number 167-2026 and further moves to grant or to accredit Calabanog Women's Association. Is there any second?
Madam President, correction please.
I'm sorry.
It's Member Corbera and not Tobianosa.
Okay. Member Tobianosa, I'm side corrected. Member Tobianosa is moving for the adoption of Committee Report number 167-2026 and further moves to accredit CWA, Calabanog Women's Association. Is there any second to the motion? Member Corbera.
Thank you very much, Madam President.
Seconded by members Aluipan, Tobianosa, and Piccio. Is there any objection? I hear none. Motion is approved. Thank you. Floor leader.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Chair. We move on to the next committee report. There are 5 reports under this committee. The Committee on Finance and Appropriation, chaired by the Honorable Cardila Rose Ibamay. But since she is presiding, therefore I would like to request the Honorable Tobianosa to read instead the committee reports to be rendered for the perusal of this Ombudsman. 5 reports to be rendered by the Honorable Tobianosa, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Member Piccio. In behalf of the Committee on Finance and Appropriation, the Vice Chairman is recognized, Member Tobianosa.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, item number one, this representation is presenting committee reports on Committee on Finance and Appropriation. Item number one, is committee report number 446, close open parenthesis 1, last 2025. A subject of which is appropriation ordinance number 04, series of 2025 of the municipality of Valderrama, entitled an ordinance authorizing supplemental budget number 3, series of 2025, involving an amount of 7,206,749 pesos for fiscal year 2025. This was referred to the Committee on Finance and Appropriation on December 22nd, 2025, during the 23rd regular session of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan. Madam Chair, the committee forwarded the subject appropriations ordinance to the local finance committee on December 22nd, 2025 for review and received their findings and recommendations on April 15, 2026, revealing substantial compliance with applicable laws and existing rules and regulations. Accordingly, the said appropriation ordinance is hereby declared operative in its entirety, effective immediately, subject to the posting requirements under Section 59 of the Republic Act 7160, as per opinion of the local finance committee. The chair may request that we will dispense with the reading of the other findings as it is embodied in the opinion of in the review of the local finance committee. And the committee moves that the foregoing findings from the local finance committee be adopted.
Thank you. Member Tobianosa is moving for adoption of committee report number 4461-2025. Is there any second to the motion? Seconded by members Corvera and Alipan and Piccio.
Madam Chair, I also move that appropriation ordinance number 04, series of 2025 of the municipality of Valderrama be declared operative.
Member Tobianosa is moving to declare appropriation ordinance number 4, series of 2025 of the municipality of Valderrama be declared operative. Is there any second? Seconded by members Corvera, Piccio, and Alipan. Is there any objection to the motion duly seconded? I hear none. Motion is approved. Please proceed to the next.
Next item number 2, committee report number 11-2026, sealed on the Committee on Finance and Appropriation, the subject of which is appropriation ordinance number 05, series of 2025 of the municipality of Valderrama, entitled an ordinance authorizing supplemental budget number 04, series of 2025, involving the amount of 3,569,000 pesos for fiscal year 2025. I refer to the Committee on Finance and Appropriations on January 5, 2026, during the first regular session of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan. The committee forwarded the subject appropriation ordinance to the local finance committee on January 5, 2026 for review and received their findings and recommendations on April 15, 2025, revealing substantial compliance with applicable laws and existing rules and regulations. Accordingly, the said appropriation ordinance is hereby declared operative in its entirety, effective immediately, subject to the posting requirement under Section 59 of the Republic Act 7160. Madam Chair, this representation also requests that the findings of the local finance committee be adopted and also to adopt in its entirety the committee report.
Thank you, Member Tobianosa. Member Tobianosa is moving for the adoption of committee report number 011-2026 and further moves to declare appropriation ordinance number 5, series of 2025 of the municipality of Valderrama operative. Is there any second? Seconded by members Corvera, Alipan, and Piccio. Is there any objection? I hear none. Motion is approved. Please proceed to the next
Chair,
item.
under committee report, item number 3 on Committee of Finance and Appropriation is committee report number 025-2026, the subject of which is appropriation ordinance number 2025-04, series of 2025 municipality of Ibiao entitled an ordinance authorizing the annual budget of Ibiao Antique for fiscal year 2026 in the total amount of 228,776,588 pesos, covering the various expenditures of the operation of the municipal government for fiscal year 2026 and appropriating the necessary funds for the purpose. Referral is referred to the Committee on Finance and Appropriations on January 26, 2026 during the fourth regular session of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan. The committee thereupon forwarded the subject appropriation ordinance to the local finance committee on January 27, 2026 for review and received their findings and recommendations on April 15, 2026, revealing substantial compliance with applicable laws and existing rules and regulations. Accordingly, the said appropriation ordinance is hereby declared operative in its entirety, effective immediately, subject to the posting requirements under Section 29 of the Public Act 7160. Madam Chair, I move that, Madam Chair, that the review of the Finance Committee be adopted and also this committee report be adopted.
Member Tobianosa is moving for the adoption of Committee Report 025-2026. Is there any second to the motion? Seconded by Member Corbera. Members Corbera, Alvipan, and Piccio.
Additionally, Madam Chair, I move that appropriation ordinance number 2025-04, series of 2025, municipality of Ibiao be declared operative.
Member Tobianosa is moving to declare appropriation ordinance number 2025-04 of the municipality of Ibiao be declared operative. Is there any second? Seconded by members Corbera, Piccio, Alvipan, Panlalawigan. Is there any objection? And Rico Puerto. Is there any objection? I hear none. Motion is approved.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Next item, Madam Chair, item number 4, Committee on Finance and Appropriation, is appropriation ordinance number 01-2026 of the municipality of Tacloban entitled an ordinance authorizing the supplemental budget number 01 on the funds actually available of the general fund for fiscal year 2026 and appropriating the amount of 1,688,748 pesos for payment of the itemized expenditure reflected in the foregoing supplemental budget. It was referred to the Committee on Finance and Appropriations on February 9, 2026 during the 6th regular session of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan. On receipt, Madam Chair, of this referral, the committee forwarded the subject appropriation ordinance to the local finance committee on February 10, 2026 for review and received their findings and recommendation on April 15, 2026, revealing substantial compliance with applicable laws and existing rules and regulations. Accordingly, the said appropriation ordinance is hereby declared operative in its entirety, effective immediately, subject to the posting requirements under Section 59 of the Public Act 7160. Madam Chair, may we dispense with the observations and move directly to the adoption of this committee report.
Member Tobianosa is moving for the adoption of Committee Report number 068-2026. Is there any second? Seconded by members Corbera, Alvipan, Rico Puerto. Is there any, and Piccio. Is there any objection? I hear that motion is approved.
Madam Chair, is the presentation move that appropriation ordinance number 01-2026 of the municipality of Tacloban be declared operative.
Member Tobianosa is moving to declare appropriation ordinance number 1/2026 of the municipality of Patnongan be declared operative. Is there any second? Seconded by members Corbera, Alipan, Rico Puerto, Panlalawigan, and Pisho. Is there any objection? I hear none. Motion is approved.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The last item on the committee on finance and appropriation is committee report number 142/2026, subject of which is the letter dated March 23, 2026 from Governor Paulo Everardo Xavier, forwarding herewith the Provincial Development Council Resolution number 20/2026, 24/2026, and 25/2026 for information and appropriate action of the honorable members of the Provincial Board. Referred to the Committee on Finance and Appropriation on March 30, 2026 during the 12th regular session of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan. As a background, the letter request of Governor Paulo Everardo Xavier, authority serving as chairperson of the Provincial Development Council, seeks the adoption and approval appropriate actions for the Sangguniang Panlalawigan on the following Provincial Development Council resolutions. Provincial Development Council Resolution number 20/2026. Resolution adopting the recommendation of the Economic Development Committee to integrate nature-based solutions in the provincial development programs, projects, and activities, formally recognizing the strategies outlined in the Beyond Concrete Harnessing Biodiversity and Ecosystems for Safer, Climate-Ready Communities, and endorsing the same to the Sangguniang Panlalawigan for appropriate action. Resolution number 2 is Provincial Development Council Resolution number 24/2026. Resolution adopting the Provincial Development Investment Plan, PDIP, 2026 to 2028 of the Provincial Government of Antique and endorsing the same to the Sangguniang Panlalawigan for approval. Resolution number 3 is item number 3 is Provincial Development Council Resolution number 25/2026. Resolution adopting calendar year 2026 Supplemental Annual Investment Program number 2 and endorsing the same to the Sangguniang Panlalawigan for approval. To facilitate a thorough review by the members of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan, the committee scheduled a hearing on April 8 at the Senate Hall, respectively building. The findings. The proposed Provincial Development Investment Plan 2026-2028 was prepared through consultations and coordination with concerned provincial officers, national government agencies, and other stakeholders. It was reviewed by the relevant agencies, sectoral communities, and is anchored on province's strategic priorities. The supplemental AIP was formulated to address emerging and priority issues requiring immediate action. It provides the basis of preparing supplemental budget on the alignment of funds to the implementation of programs, projects, and activities. A significant project included in the subject number 2 is the government's priority to equip provincial hospitals with solar power through photovoltaic system funded under the National Wealth Share. There are 19 projects with funding allocations realigned in the SAT number 2 that were not implemented due to non-utilization of funds. The primary reason was the lack of required supporting documents from recipients such as proof of land ownership. Recommendation: in view of the foregoing, the committee adopts this report and respectfully recommends the approval of the Local Development and Investment Plan and the Supplemental Annual Investment Plan SAIP for fiscal year 2026 as submitted by the provincial governor and endorsed by the Provincial Development Council. We so move, Madam Chair.
Humberto Vianosa is moving for the adoption of committee report number 142/2026. Is there any second? Seconded by members Corbera, Alipan, Rico Puerto, Piccio. Is there any objection? I hear none. Motion is approved.
So, Madam Chair,
Please proceed to the 3 resolutions
Madam Chair,
in relation to this committee report.
resolution prepared for the 3 items Resolution number 373-2026. A resolution adopting the Provincial Development Council Resolution number 2026 entitled Resolution Integrating Nature-Based Solutions, or NBS, in the provincial development programs, projects, and activities, and formally recognizing the strategies outlined in Beyond Concrete, harnessing biodiversity and ecosystems for safer climate-ready communities.
Member Tobianosa is moving for the adoption of a resolution entitled, a resolution adopting resolution number 20-2026 entitled Resolution Integrating Nature-Based Solution NBS in the Provincial Development Programs, Projects, and Activity. Is there any second to the motion presented? Seconded by members Corbera, Piccio, Albipan, Rico Puerto. Is there any objection? I hear none. Motion is approved.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Another resolution is resolution number 374-2026. A resolution approving the Provincial Development Investment Program 2026 to 2028 for the province of Antique as contained in the Provincial Development Council Resolution number 24-2026 entitled Resolution Adopting the Provincial Development Investment Plan 2026 to 2028 for the provincial government of Antique and endorsing the same to the Sangguniang Panlalawigan for approval.
Member Tobianosa is moving for the approval of the Provincial Development Investment Program 2026-2028. Is there any second to the motion? Seconded. Please proceed. You are recognized, Member Corbera, for your query.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I just would like to inquire whether this approved provincial development investment plan was already being inputted to the regional development plan which we had last week.
Allow this representation. Not yet, to answer that, not yet, because we are scheduled to conduct our Provincial Development Council on the first week of May. So until then, it will be endorsed accordingly.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair.
Please,
Yes, Madam Chair.
if there any more discussion, if none, is there any second to the earlier motion presented by Member Tobianosa? Seconded by Members Corbera, Alubipan, Rico Puerto. Is there any objection? We hear none, motion is approved.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Last resolution, Madam Chair, is resolution number 375. Resolution approving the calendar year 2026 supplemental annual investment program number 2 of the province of Antique as contained in Provincial Development Council Resolution number 25-2026 entitled Resolution Adopting the Calendar Year 2026 Supplemental Annual Investment Program number 2 and endorsing the same to the Sangguniang Panlalawigan for approval. Madam Chair, I so move.
Member Tobianosa is moving for the approval of resolution number 375-2026, a resolution approving the calendar year 2026 supplemental annual investment program or SAIP 2 of the province of Antique. Is there any second to the motion? Seconded by members Piccio, Corbera, Alubipan. Is there any objection? And here none, motion is approved. Thank you, Member Tobianosa.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Floor leader.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Next item under committee reports is the report of the Committee on Laws and Ordinances. So at this juncture, may I request the Honorable Alfie J. Dondomitia, gentleman from Sibalom, who just returned recently, to render his report on behalf of this Office Body.
Thank you. Member Nikia, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Majority Floor Leader. Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. For committee report on laws and ordinances number, committee report number 161-2026 with the subject, ordinance number 2026-04 of the municipality of Sebastian PK entitled an ordinance adopting and institutionalizing the official logo of the Municipal Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office or MDRRMO of the municipality of Sebastian PK and providing guidelines for the use. Referred to the Committee on Laws and Ordinances on April 13, 2026 during our 14th regular session. For the findings and recommendations, Municipal Ordinance number 2026-04 of the municipality of Sebastian PK was referred to the committee, and the committee reviewed and found that the ordinance is in harmony with the policy of the state to promote effective disaster risk reduction and management in accordance with Republic Act number 10121, which institutionalizes measures to strengthen the country's disaster preparedness, mitigation, response, and recovery systems. The adoption of an official logo for the Municipal Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office supports the promotion of public awareness, identity, and institutional recognition of the office's mandate. Under Section 447A1, Paragraph 6 of Republic Act number 7160 of the Local Government Code of 1991, the Sangguniang Bayan is empowered to enact ordinances necessary to carry out the general welfare of the municipality and its inhabitants. Moreover, pursuant to Section 16 of the same code, the municipality may adopt measures that promote the well-being, safety, and preparedness of its constituents, including the strengthening of local disaster risk reduction mechanisms. The institutionalization of an official MDRMO logo serves as a symbol of the municipality's commitment to disaster resilience and provides a uniform identity for all disaster-related programs, activities, and communications. Likewise, the ordinance signifies restrictions and enforces penalties for misuse. The Sangguniang Panlalawigan or the committee has no adverse findings as regards the ordinance and respectfully submits that the office body may issue a resolution interposing no objection to the same. The committee moves, Madam Presiding Officer, for the adoption of the just read committee report.
Member Nikia is moving for the adoption of committee report number 161-2026, seconded by Member Corbera, Members Corbera, Piccio, Alugipan, and Rico Puerto. Is there an objection? I hear none, motion is approved. And Member Nikia further moves to declare ordinance number 2026-04 of the municipality of Sebastian be declared in order. Is there any second to the motion? Seconded by Members Corbera, Alugipan, Panlangit, Rico Puerto, Piccio. Is there any objection? I hear none, motion is approved. Thank you. Thank you, Member Nikia.
How about the resolution, Madam Presiding Officer?
No need once it is declared in order as consistent with our internal rules and procedures.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer.
Thank you. Floor leader.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Next item under committee report is the report of the Committee on Ways and Means. This is chaired by the Honorable Carmina Rose Tigonay, but since he is presiding, may we request the Honorable Fernando C. Corbera, the gentleman from San Jose, the mayor, to present this on behalf of this office.
Member Corbera, you are recognized.
Thank you very much, Madam President Chair, and likewise to our majority leader. In behalf of the Chairperson Committee on Ways and Means, I am rendering committee report number 150, thus 2026, the subject of which is ordinance number 2025-001, 2026-001 of the Supreme Tribunal, entitled An Ordinance Amending Article 8, Section 35 of Municipal Ordinance number 2023-003, Series of 2023, otherwise known as the Market Code of Libertad Antique. This was referred to the Committee on Ways and Means on April 6 during the 13th regular session of this Panlalawigan. Background. Municipal Ordinance 2026-001 was enacted by the Surbayan of Libertad and subsequently transmitted to this honorable body for review and approval, pursuant to Section 58 of Republic Act number 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code of 1991. The ordinance seeks to reverse the prevailing rental rates, stall rights, fees, goodwill, and other market charges. The adjustments are justified by current economic conditions and the need to sustain maintenance and operation of the municipal market. Findings. After a thorough review of the submitted documents, the committee finds the following. First, legal basis and authority. Revised Revenue Code was enacted by the Sangguniang of Libertad in accordance with Section 129-133 of the Local Code of 1991, which empowers local government code units and used to impose local taxes, fees, and charges. Second, on compliance with procedural requirements, the proposed amendments to the market code were passed following the legislative process, including public hearings and consultations with stakeholders, as evidenced by the documents submitted by the Sangguniang. Third, adjustment of goodwill fee. The goodwill fee was recalibrated in relation to the length of stall price, extending from 5 years to 50 years, and rates from 7,500 to 100,000. These adjustments aims to make fees more affordable and equitable for business owners and vendors. Fourth, reasonableness of rates. The proposed increase in rental fees and the imposition of premium fees for stall rights are within the range of fair market value. These measures are intended to ensure adequate funding for the maintenance and operation costs of Libertad Municipal Market. Madam President Chair, the committee hereby adopts the findings of the provincial legislative office, and likewise also adopt this committee report, and further consider that municipal ordinance number 2026-001 of the municipality of Libertad be declared in order. I so move.
Member Corvera is moving to adopt committee report number 150-2026. Is there any second to the motion? Seconded by members Piccio, Ricoperto, Tobianosa, Aludipan. Is there any objection? Hear none, motion is approved. Member Corvera further moves that ordinance number 2026-001 of the municipality of Libertad be declared in order. Is there any second to the motion presented? Seconded by members Aludipan, Tahanlangit, Ricoperto, Piccio. Is there any objection? I hear none, motion is approved.
Thank you,
Member Corvera.
Thank you.
Floor leader, please proceed.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, SC Cordera. Next item in the agenda is a report of the Committee on Peace and Order and Public Safety. There are two reports under this committee, and this representation is the chair of the Committee on Peace and Order and Public Safety, and I will render these two reports on behalf of this local body.
You are recognized.
The first is Committee Report number 127-2026. The subject is a letter request from Governor Paulo Javier urgently requesting the approval of the realignment of the current year 2025 Local Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Fund and Priority Projects Programs and Activities, or PPAs, of the Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council, or the TDRRMC. This was referred to the Committee on Peace and Order and Public Safety on March 23, 2026, during the 11th regular session of the SP. Findings and recommendations. The Committee on Peace and Order and Public Safety, to which this was referred, Resolution number 04-2026 of the TDRRMC, having conducted its review, finds the massive measure necessary to ensure the proper allocation and utilization of the current year 2025 Local Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Fund in response to technical and hazard-related constraints affecting previously identified projects. The resolution adopts the realignment of LDRRMF funds from originally programmed infrastructure projects found to be technically unfeasible or high risk, such as drainage systems and evacuation centers, to priority programs and activities including repair and maintenance of emergency response equipment, procurement and support for rescue vehicles, capability building logistics, and disaster preparedness training. The realignment ensures compliance with the Public Act number 10121 and the Public Act number 7160, and it promotes technical feasibility, hazard mitigation, and sustainability, and maintains the total allocation of 5 million pesos for disaster risk reduction and management interventions. After evaluation, the committee finds the proposed realignment to be appropriate, compliant with existing laws and policies, and necessary to enhance disaster preparedness, response capability, and public safety with the province of Antique. The committee therefore moves to approve PDRRMC Resolution number 04-2026 entitled a resolution adopting the realignment of the current year 2025 Local Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Fund to urgent and priority programs, projects, and activities, or PPAs, of the PDRRMC, and endorsing the same to the Sangguniang Panlalawigan for its approval. Earnestly signed this representation as Chairman, the Honorable Fernando Corbera as Vice Chairman, the Honorables Gasipa Rico Puerto, Emmanuel Palacios Jr., and Noel Alamis as members. So we shall move for the adoption and approval of this committee report, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Member Picture. Member Picture is moving for the adoption of committee report number 127-2026. Is there any second to the motion? Seconded by Members Cordera, Rico Puerto, and Vipan. Is there any objection? Hearing none, motion is approved. Member Picture further moves to approve PDRR or to adopt PDRRMC Resolution 04-2026, which the title was read. Is there any second to the motion? Seconded by Members Aluhipan and Corvera. Is there any objection? I hear none, motion is approved. Member Picture, for your last motion to approve.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move that this resolution by PDRRMC regarding this particular request be approved by this body.
Member Picture is moving for the approval of the realignment of the calendar year 2025 Local Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Fund and priority projects, programs, and activities of the Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction Management Council. Is there any second to the motion? Seconded by Members Aluhipan, Rico Puerto, Taanlangit, and Corvera. Is there any objection? I hear none, motion is approved. Thank you, Member Picture.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair and my colleagues. And I move on to the next committee report, which is committee report number 163-2026, Committee on Peace and Order and Public Safety. Subject is Ordinance number 2026-06 of the Municipality of Sebaste, entitled an ordinance updating the traffic code of the Municipality of Sebaste
and providing penalties for violations thereof. This was referred to the Committee on Peace and Order and Public Safety on April 13, 2026, during the 14th regular session of the SP. Findings, recommendations. The Committee on Peace and Order and Public Safety, to which was referred Ordinance Number 2026-06 of the Municipality of Sebaste, having conducted its review, finds the measure necessary to update and strengthen the existing traffic code to address current road conditions, increased vehicle volume, and evolving public safety concerns. The ordinance provides a comprehensive revision of traffic rules and regulations, including right-of-way, speed limits, pedestrian safety, loading and unloading zones, parking restrictions, traffic schemes, and road safety measures. It defines prohibited acts such as reckless driving, obstruction, illegal parking, and driving under the influence of liquor, establishes enforcement mechanisms through deputized traffic authorities, and prescribes graduated penalties, including fines, community service, and administrative sanctions. It also incorporates provisions on traffic management during events, terminal operations, signage installation, and implementation of national laws such as the Public Act 4136 and relevant DOTC issuances. After evaluation, the committee finds this ordinance to be legally sufficient within the framework and authority of the municipality and the Sangguniang Bayan of Sebaste under the Public Act number 7160, and necessary to promote road discipline, public safety, and orderly traffic management in the municipality of Sebaste. The committee therefore moves to approve ordinance number 2026-06 entitled An Ordinance Updating the Traffic Code of the Municipality of Sebaste and Providing Penalties thereof. We so move on behalf of this committee, signed by this representation as chairman, the Honorable Fernando Corbera as vice chairman, the Honorables Gasipa Rico Puerto from Sebaste, Emmanuel Palacios Jr. from Culasi, and Noel Alanis from Lawaan, Madam Chair. So I so move for the adoption and approval of this committee report.
Member Piccio is moving for the adoption of committee report number 163-2026. Is there any second? Seconded by members Aluipan, Tobianosa, Rico Puerto, and Corvera. Is there any second to the motion? Seconded by, is there any objection? I hear none, motion is approved.
Madam Chair,
And please proceed.
I also move that this ordinance, as presented from the municipality of Sebaste, is in order.
Member Piccio is moving to declare ordinance number 2026-06 of the municipality of Sebaste in order. Is there any second? Seconded by members Aluipan, Tahanlangit, Rico Puerto, Tobianosa. Is there any objection? I hear none, motion is approved. Thank you, Member Piccio.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Chair. Next item in the agenda is a report of the Committee on History and Cultural Heritage. And at this juncture, I would like to request of the Honorable Zoilo Bernardo Tobianosa, the gentleman from Sipalon, the chairperson of the Committee on History and Cultural Heritage, to be recognized to present this particular committee report on behalf and chairperson of this August body.
Thank you, Member Piccio. On behalf of the Committee on History and Cultural Heritage, Member Tobianosa, you are recognized.
Thank you to our honorable floor leader. Also, thank you, Madam Chair. This is committee report 155/2026, Committee on History and Cultural Heritage. The subject of it is ordinance number 2026-16 of the municipality of San Jose de Buena Vista, entitled An Ordinance Identifying, Protecting, Conserving, and Promoting the Cultural and Historical Heritage of the municipality of San Jose de Buena Vista, Antique, and for other purposes. The Birch Committee on History and Documentation April 6, 2026 during the 13th regular session of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan. Findings and recommendations. Based on the foregoing review, the committee finds that while the general intent and provisions of Municipal Ordinance number 2026-16 of the Municipality of San Jose de la Vista are generally consistent with the Constitution and national laws. However, Section 9 of penalties is effective for failure to specify the penalty amounts and duration appropriate for the municipality. It is fundamental requirement that municipal ordinance must clearly state the penalties for violations, and this must not exceed the maximum limit set by Section 510 of the Public Act number 7160, fine not exceeding 2,500 and for imprisonment not exceeding 6 months. The current provisions clearly adopts national laws by reference without fixing the specific local penalties, rendering it unenforceable. In review thereof, the committee respectfully recommends that municipal ordinance number 2026-16 be remanded back to the Sangguniang Municipality of San Jose de la Vista for the purpose of amending Section 9 to explicitly indicate the specific fine and imprisonment terms within authority of the municipality as provided for by law. Madam, there are no questions with regards to this committee report. I move that this report be adopted.
Member Togianosa is moving to adopt committee report number 155-2026. Is there any second to the motion? Seconded by members Piccio, Panlalawigan, Aluipan. Is there any objection? I hear none. Motion is approved.
Madam Chair, I also move that this ordinance be remanded back to the municipality, to the Sangguniang Municipality of San Jose de la Vista.
Member Togianosa is moving to remand ordinance number 2026-16 of the municipality of San Jose de la Vista. Is there any second to the motion? Seconded by member Aluipan and Palacios. Is there any objection? I hear none. Motion is approved. Thank you, Member Togianosa.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, I move on to
Member Piccio, you are recognized.
Thank you. I move on to the next committee report, the last committee report under item number 11. This is a joint committee report on the Committee on Peace and Order and Public Safety and the Committee on Laws and Ordinances. This is ordinance number 2026-05 of the Municipality of Sebaste, entitled an ordinance amending Section 9 of Ordinance number 2025, entitled an ordinance imposing a curfew for minors from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m., regulating piso Wi-Fi operators, providing penalties for violations thereof, and for other purposes. This was referred to the Committee on Peace and Order and Public Safety and Laws and Ordinances on April 13, 2026, during the regular session of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan. Findings and recommendation. The Joint Committee on Peace and Order and Public Safety and Laws and Ordinances, to which this was referred by the Municipality of Sebaste, having conducted its review, finds the measure responsive to the concerns on the imposition of penalties on minors under the existing curfew ordinance. The ordinance amends Section 9 of Ordinance number 2025-19 by removing penalties imposed directly on minors and instead placing accountability on parents or guardians, prescribing graduated penalties consisting of supervised community service and counseling for both minors and parents, and increasing corresponding sanctions for repeated violations. The amendment aligns with child protection laws and, of course, policies, including Republic Act number 9344, and ensures that enforcement emphasizes parental responsibility, rehabilitation, and compliance with curfew and community standards. After evaluation by the committee, the Joint Committee finds the amendment legally sound, consistent with national child protection laws, and appropriate to strengthen the implementation of the curfew ordinance of the municipality of Simaste. The committee therefore moves to approve ordinance number 2026-05, entitled An Ordinance Amending Section 9 of Ordinance number 2025-19, entitled An Ordinance Imposing a Curfew for Minors from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m., regulating TISO Wi-Fi operators, and providing penalties for violation thereof, and for other purposes. So we shall move, on behalf of the Committee on Peace and Order and Public Safety, signed by this representation as Chairman, the Honorable Fernando Cordera Sr., Vice Chairman, the Honorables Gasiba Rico Puerto, Noel Alamis, and Emmanuel Palacios Jr. as members. On behalf of the Committee on Laws and Ordinances, signed by the Honorable Chairman, the Honorable Alpi J. Nikia, the Honorable Fernando Cordera Sr. as Vice Chairman, and the Honorable Vincent Fiction III, Zoilo Bernardo Tubianosa, and Honorable Dante Berriong as members. So we shall move for the adoption and approval of this committee report, Madam Presiding Chair.
Member Piccio is moving for the adoption of Joint Committee Report number 162-2026. Is there any second? Seconded by members Cordera, Alugipan, Alamis, and Rico Puerto. Is there any objection? I hear none.
Madam Chair, the Joint Committee hereby moves and finds this ordinance in order.
Member Piccio is moving to declare Municipal Ordinance number 2026-05 of the Municipality of Sibaste in order. Is there any second? Seconded by members Cordera, Alugipan, Rico Puerto, Alamis, and Palacios. Is there any objection? I hear none. Motion is approved. Thank you, Member Piccio.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move on to the next item in the agenda, which is item number 12, calendar of business. Letter A, unfinished business, we have none. Letter B, business for the day. Under T1, we have 6 items under urgent measures, Madam Chair. And these measures originated from different concerns, including that of Governor Paulo Everardo Javier. So the first item is a letter dated April 7, 2026, from Governor Paulo Everardo Javier, requesting authority to represent the province of Antique and enter into a MOA with the Department of Health Western Visayas Center. At this juncture, may I request the Honorable Zoilo Bernardo Tubianosa, Chairperson of the Committee on Health and Social Services, to render this report on behalf of this august body.
Member Tubianosa, thank you, Member Piccio. Member Tubianosa, the Chairperson of the Committee on Health, Sanitation, and Services, you are recognized.
Thank you to our floor leader and also our Madam Chair. Madam Chair, this is item number 1 on urgent business. As stated, a letter dated April 7, 2026 from Governor Paulo Everardo Javier requesting authority to represent the province of Antique to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the Department of Health, Western Visayas Center for Health Development, involving the transport and financial assistance in the amount of 500,000 pesos for the implementation of maternal neonatal death reporting system and maternal neonatal death surveillance and response capability building activities. Madam Chair, together with the letter of the Honorable Governor, is a copy, a draft of Memorandum of Agreement between the Department of Health, Western Visayas Center for Health Development, and the Provincial Government of Antique, and the legal opinion of Attorney Excel Iturrecha, Provincial Legal Officer, Province of Antique, which provides, among others, that the subject to authority of the provincial government to enter into the subject memorandum agreement is anchored on the Local Government Code of 1991. Madam Chair, Memorandum of Agreement. As a background, Madam Chair, the Department of Health issued Administrative Order 2006-0029, which implements reforms for the rapid reduction of maternal and neonatal mortality. It also sets guidelines in the engagement, assistance, and empowerment of local government units and other partners in rapidly achieving the goal in reducing maternal and neonatal mortality. In addition, the Public Act 10-354, otherwise known as the Responsible Parenthood Food and Reproductive Health Act of 2012, gives importance and primacy, among others, on effective and quality reproductive health services to ensure maternal and child health, the health of the unborn, safe delivery, and birth of healthy children. The objective, Madam Chair, is to set guidance in the transfer, utilization, and reporting of funds to the provincial government in support of the conduct of maternal neonatal death reporting system and maternal neonatal death surveillance and response capabilities. Recommendation: as part of the legal opinion, in view of the foregoing, it is respectfully recommended that the Sangguniang Panlalawigan issue a resolution authorizing the provincial government to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the Department of Health, Western Visayas Center for Health Development for receipt and utilization of financial assistance in the amount of 500,000 pesos for the implementation of maternal neonatal death reporting system and maternal neonatal death surveillance and response activities. So, Madam Chair, if there are no questions or comments with regards to this request of the local chief executive, the Honorable Paul Eduardo Xavier, I move that the resolution be adopted authorizing the Honorable Paul Eduardo S. Xavier, Provincial Governor of Antique.
Member Tobianosa is moving for the approval of a resolution authorizing Honorable Paulo Everardo Xavier to sign the memorandum, to represent the province to sign a memorandum of agreement with DOH, Western Visayas Center. Is there any second to the motion presented? Seconded by members Corbera, Alugipan, Mecopuerto, and Piccio. Is there any objection in hearing none? Motion is approved. Mr. Secretary.
Resolution number 367.
Mr. Secretary, please read the number of the resolution and the title for votation.
Madam Chair, up for votation is resolution number 367/2026, a resolution authorizing Governor Paulo Eduardo Xavier to enter into a memorandum of agreement with DOH Western Visayas CHP involving the transfer of financial assistance in the amount of 500,000 pesos for the implementation of maternal neonatal death reporting system and maternal neonatal death surveillance and response capability building activities. And the members of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan who approve the same are Honorables Piccio, Alanis, Palacios, Nikia, Tobianosa, Mecopuerto, Casalao, Corbera, Aluhipan, Tahan Langit. With no objections, Madam Chair, the motion to approve 367, the resolution number 367 is approved without objections.
With 11 affirmative votes, 0 abstention, and 0 negative vote, the resolution authorizing Governor Paulo Everardo Xavier to sign, to represent the province and sign the MOA with DOH Western Visayas Center for Health is now approved. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Floor leader.
Madam Chair.
Please, Member Tobianosa, continue to item number 2 of the urgent measures.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Number 2 item on urgent business, Madam Chair, is a letter dated April 7, 2026 from Governor Paul Everardo Sangguniang requesting authority to represent the province of Antique and to enter into memorandum of agreement between the provincial government of Antique through Angel Salazar Memorial General Hospital and the concerned rural health units relative to the provisions of laboratory and imaging services through the mobile primary care facility. Attached with the copy of the letter of the local chief executive, Honorable Paulo Everardo Xavier, is a draft memorandum of agreement between the province of Antique through Angel Salazar Memorial General Hospital and concerned rural health units. And also, attached also is a legal opinion of Attorney Excel E. Purecha, Provincial Legal Officer, Province of Antique, which provides, among others, that the subject authority of the provincial government, Governor Paulo Everardo S. Javier, to enter into a subject memorandum of agreement is no longer in law. Under the local government code of 1991, the governor, as chief executive of the province, is vested with the power to represent the provincial government in all its business transactions and to enter into a contract on his behalf, subject to authorization to the Sangguniang Panlalawigan. Madam Chair, this memorandum of agreement would enforce a memorandum of agreement by referring facilities that the different rural health unit to avail of laboratory services, imaging services through our mobile primary care facility. So, Madam Chair, usually has medical services in the different rural health units who are incapable of providing these services. So, Madam Chair, if there are no questions with regard to this request of the local chief executive, I move that the resolution be approved, authorizing the Honorable Governor Paulo Everardo Xavier, Provincial Governor of Antique, to enter into and implement a memorandum of agreement between the provincial government of Antique through Angel Salazar Memorial General Hospital and the concerned rural health units relative to the provisions of laboratory and imaging services through the mobile primary care facility.
Member Togianosa is moving for approval to authorize Governor Paulo Everardo Xavier to represent the province and to sign a memorandum of agreement with the earlier mentioned rural health units. Is there any second to the motion? Seconded by Member Alohipan. Is there any objection? I hear none. Motion is approved. Mr. Secretary, please present the number of the resolution and the title for quotation.
Madam Chair, we are to approve a resolution authorizing the
368.
Madam Chair, we are to approve resolution authorizing Honorable Paulo S. Xavier, Provincial Governor, to enter into and implement a memorandum of agreement between the provincial government through the Angel Salazar Memorial General Hospital and the concerned rural health units relative to the provision of laboratory and imaging services through the mobile primary care facility. This is resolution number 368/2026, and the members of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan who approve the same are Honorables Pixio, Alamis, Nikia, Palacios, Tubianosa, Rico Puerto, Kahatlangit, Gasalao, Alohipan, and Corbera. With no objections, Madam Chair, with no objections to resolution number 368/2026.
With 10 voting affirmative, 0 abstention, 0 negative, resolution number 368/2026, a resolution authorizing Governor Paulo Everardo Xavier to sign the memorandum of agreement with the concerned rural health units is now approved. Thank you, Mr. Secretary.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Member Tobianosa. On behalf of the Committee on Foreign Relations, Labor and Employment, Member Tobianosa is requested to present item 3 of urgent measures. Floor Leader, if Member Tobianosa is not ready, we will continue first to item number 4.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So we proceed to item number 4, which is a letter also from Governor Paulo Javier to enter into a MOA between the provincial government and the HDMF or Pag-ibig Fund to facilitate the enrollment and sustain the membership of job order and contract of service workforce. So at this juncture, may I request the Honorable Carmila Rose Tibamay, the Honorable Fernando C. Cordera to render this report on behalf of this august body.
That's for item number 4.
Item number 4.
Member Tobiano, Member Cordera, you are recognized as the chairperson of the Committee on Civil Service. This is in relation to the Pag-ibig membership of the COS of the province of Antique.
Contract of service.
Thank you, Member Picture. If the chairperson is not ready to render the committee report, floor leader, please recognize the chairman of the Committee on Education for item 5. Sorry, please facilitate.
Thank you very much. So we will go back to this later on, Madam Presiding Chair, these 2 items. We move on to the next item, which is a letter dated April 8, 2026 from Governor Paulo Javier, requesting authority to represent the province and enter into a MOA with the UA, University of Antique, and implementing the job training internship of Bachelor of Arts students in English. So at this juncture, may I request the Honorable Dondon J. Nikia to be recognized to present this on behalf of this august body.
Member Attorney Nikia is recognized on behalf of the Committee on Education.
Thank you, Mr. Majority Floor Leader. Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. So for urgent measure number 5 is a letter dated April 8, 2026 from the Honorable Governor Paulo Everardo Javier requesting authority to represent the province of Antique and to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the University of Antique for the implementation of an on-the-job training or OJT or internship of its Bachelor of Arts in English Language Studies, Bachelor of Arts in Communication, and Bachelor of Arts in Political Science, and Bachelor of Arts in Psychology students. Attached is the opinion of the Provincial Legal Office, posing no objection to the same. And so, this representation moves for the approval of a resolution authorizing the Honorable Governor to enter into a MOA or Memorandum of Agreement with the University of Antique.
Member Attorney Nikia is moving to authorize for the approval of resolution authorizing Governor Paulo Everardo Javier to represent the province and to sign a MOA with the University of Antique for the aforementioned training of different courses. Is there any second? Seconded by members Corbera, Piccio, Rico Puerto, Tanangit, and Nalupipan. Is there any objection? I hear none, motion is approved. Mr. Secretary, please proceed to read the number and the title of the resolution for votation.
Madam Chair, for votation is resolution number 371. That's 2026, a resolution authorizing Governor Paulo Eduardo Xavier to represent the provincial government of Antique to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the University of Antique relative to the implementation of the on-the-job training for internship of its Bachelor of Arts in English Language, Bachelor of Arts in Communication, Bachelor of Arts in Political Science, and Bachelor of Arts in Psychology. And the members who approved Resolution 371, that's 2026, Madam Chair, are Honorables Palacios, Pixio, Nikia, Alamis, Licoperto, Casalao, Corbera, Tobianosa, Tanlangit, and Alolita. With no objections, Madam Chair.
With 10 members voting affirmative, 0 negative, and 0 abstention, resolution number 371-2026 is now approved. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Floor leader.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We now move on to item number 6, which is a letter dated April 14 from Governor Paulo Javier requesting authority to represent the province in MOA with the Philippine Coconut Authority. So at this juncture, may I request the Honorable Fernando Corbera, the chairperson of the Committee on Agriculture, to be recognized to present this on behalf of this August body.
Thank you, Member Pixio. Member Corbera, please proceed.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Thank you, Member Pixio, as our majority leader. The measure, which is considered urgent, has just been read by our floor leader. And here, we're coming up with the resolution authorizing Honorable Paulo Eduardo Xavier to represent the province of Antique and to sign the memorandum of agreement with the Philippine Coconut Authority for the implementation of the hospitalization and medical assistance program to coconut farmers, industry development plan registered coconut farmers and their qualified dependents. This is sponsored by the members of the Committee on Finance and Appropriation, as well as the Committee on Laws and Ordinances. Madam President Chair, allow me to read the contents of this resolution.
Please proceed.
Thank you very much. Whereas the Public Act number 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code of 1991, empowers the local chief executive to represent the local government unit in all official business transactions. Whereas the Philippine Coconut Authority, PCA, in line with the Coconut Farmers and Industry Development Plan, or CIDP, has initiated the hospitalization and medical assistance program to provide health and medical support to registered coconut farmers and their qualified dependents. Whereas the Office of Sangguniang Panlalawigan received a letter from Governor Paulo Eduardo Xavier requesting authority to represent the province of Antique and to enter into a memorandum of agreement with Philippine Coconut Authority for the hospitalization and medical assistance program to provide health and medical support for registered coconut farmers and their qualified dependents. Whereas the province of Antique recognizes the importance of this program in promoting the welfare of coconut farmers who are among the most vulnerable sectors of society and ensuring their access to essential healthcare services. Whereas the implementation of the program requires the execution of the memorandum of agreement MOA between the provincial government and the Philippine Coconut Authority. Whereas, having thoroughly discussed The request for authority, the provincial legal office has the opinion and the draft memorandum of agreement, Madam Presiding Chair, so I am now moving that this August body passes a resolution authorizing the provincial governor, Paulo Ibrado Sapir, to enter into MOA with the Department of, with the Philippine Coconut Authority for the implementation of hospitalization and medical assistance program to CFIDP members, coconut farmers, and their qualified dependents in the province of Antique. And I sumo po ng Secretary.
Thank you, Member Corvera, for addendum. Actually, every year there will be 4,000 pesos intended for this for 5 years. This is for all registered coconut farmers. If they will get hospitalized, they can avail as much as 40,000 pesos. Only coconut farmers with no more than 5 hectares. Even if you don't own the land, basta ikaw nagpanguma, you can still avail and even your dependent. And aside from 40,000 pesos, you can still avail 5,000 out-of-pocket expenses and additional laboratory. So with that, again, is there any second to the motion presented by Member Corvera? Seconded by Members Aluhipan, Tobianosa, Ricoberto, Tandangi, Piccio, and Alabis. Is there any objection? I hear none, motion is approved. Mr. Secretary, please read the number of the resolution and the title for votation.
Yes, this is resolution 372, series of 2026.
Madam Chair, we are to approve resolution number 372-2026. A resolution authorizing Governor Paulo Everardo Sapir to represent the province of Antique and sign the memorandum of agreement with the Philippine Coconut Authority for the implementation of the hospitalization and Medicare assistance program to CFIDP registered coconut farmers and their qualified dependents. And the members who approve the same are Honorables Piccio, Palacios, Alamis, Nikia, Tobianosa, Ricoberto, Gasalao, Corvera, Aluhipan, and Tahanay. With no objections, Madam Chair.
Thank you. With 10 members voting affirmative, 0 abstention, and 0 negative, resolution number 372-2026, resolution authorizing the governor to sign a memorandum of agreement with PCA is now approved. Thank you, Member Corvera, and thank you, Mr. Secretary. Floor Leader.
Thank you, members, Madam Secretary. Thank you, Mr. Secretary.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Chair. So before we proceed to the next item in the agenda, we first return to urgent measures item number 4, Madam Chair. And this is a letter dated April 8 from Governor Paulo Javier to enter into a MOA with the HDMF or Pag-ibig Fund. And at this juncture, may I request the Honorable RPJ Dondon Nikia to be recognized to present this on behalf of this August body, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Floor Leader. Member Attorney Nikia is recognized to present item 4.
Thank you, Mr. Majority Leader. Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. So for item number 4, the subject has been read by our good majority Floor Leader. And so it involves the signing of a memorandum of agreement between the provincial government to facilitate the enrollment and sustain the membership of our job order and contracted service workforce with the Home Development Mutual Fund, or popularly known as the Pag-ibig Fund. And so attaches the legal opinion of the Provincial Legal Office, interposing no objection to the same. And with this, Madam Presiding Officer, this representation moves for the approval of a resolution authorizing the Honorable Governor to enter into a MOA with Pag-ibig Fund.
Thank you, Member Nikia. Member Nikia is moving for the approval of a resolution authorizing Honorable Paulo Everardo L. Severe. Is there any second to the motion? Seconded by Members Corvera, Alulipan, Gasalao, Recoperto, Tobianosa, and Piccio. Is there any objection? I hear none, motion is approved. Mr. Secretary, please present the title and the number of the resolution for votation.
Madam Chair, we are to approve resolution number 370/2026. Resolution authorizing Governor Paulo Hernando Xavier to represent the provincial government of Antique and enter into a memorandum of agreement with the Home Development Fund or Pag-ibig Fund to facilitate the enrollment and sustain the membership of its job order and contract of service workforce. And the members who approve the same are Honorables Nikia, Palacios, Alamis, Piccio, Tobianosa, Gasalao, Ricoberto, Tahanlangit, Aluhipan, and Corbera. With no objections, Madam Chair.
With 10 members voting affirmative, 0 of the negative, and 0 abstention, Resolution 370/2026, resolution authorizing the governor to sign a MOA with Pag-ibig Fund is now approved. Thank you, Member Nikia, and thank you, SP Secretary. Floor Leader, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Chair. Again, before we proceed to the next item in the agenda, we go back to item number 3 of urgent measures because the rapporteur is now ready. So at this juncture, may I request the Honorable Zoilo Bernardo Tobianosa to render this particular report on behalf of this august body.
Thank you, Floor Leader. Member Tobianosa, you are recognized as the Vice Chair of the Committee on Foreign Relations and Labor and Employment.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, this is item number 3 on urgent business, Madam Chair. This is a letter dated April 8, 2026 from Governor Paulo Hernando Xavier requesting authority to represent the province of Antique to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the Overseas Workers Welfare Administration, the Department of Labor and Employment, and the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority regarding the convergence of programs and services for overseas Filipino workers and their families, which include establishment of an overseas Filipino workers health desk in the province. Madam Chair, this emanated from the letter from our regional director of the Department of Migrant Workers, Madam Agenda M. Amigonza, the aim of promoting the rights and welfare of migrant workers and their families. And the proposal of partnership among the Overseas Workers Welfare Administration, the Department of Labor, the Employment, DOLE, and the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority on the convergence program. Madam Chair, attached with the letter of the local chief executive is a legal opinion, and the legal opinion comes from the legal office, the provincial legal office, and also a draft memorandum of agreement which pertains to the convergence program as cited. So, Madam Chair, there are no questions, no comments. Madam Chair, I move for the approval of a resolution authorizing the Honorable Governor Paulo Hernando Xavier to represent the province of Antique and to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the Overseas Workers Welfare Administration, OWA, Department of Labor and Employment, DOLE, and the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority, TESDA, for the convergence of programs and services for overseas Filipino workers and their families.
Member Tobianosa is moving for the approval of resolution authorizing Governor Paulo Hernando Xavier for the subject matter which was read. Is there any second to the motion? Seconded by members Corbera, Aluipan, Piccio, and Rico Puerto. Is there any objection? I hear none. Motion is approved. Mr. Secretary, please read the number and the title of resolution for votation.
Madam Chair, the Sangguniang Panlalawigan is about to approve resolution number 369/2026. A resolution
approving resolution authorizing Governor Paulo Everardo Xavier to represent the province of Antique and enter into a memorandum of agreement with the Overseas Workers Welfare Administration, OWA, and the Department of Labor and Employment, DOLE, and the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority, TESDA, for the convergence of programs and services for overseas Filipino workers, OFWs, and their families. And those who are in favor, Madam Chair, are Honorables Pixio, Alamis, Nikia, Palacios, Tobianosa, Ricoberto, Gasalao, Corvera, Aluhipan, and Tangani. With no objections, Madam Chair.
The number of the resolution, Mr. Secretary?
Resolution 369, Madam Chair.
With 10 members voting affirmative, 0 abstention, and 0 negative vote, Resolution 369-2026. A resolution authorizing the governor to sign the MOA with the aforementioned agencies for the implementation of the aforementioned project is now approved.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Secretary, and thank you, Member Tobianosa. Floor Leader?
Thank you, Madam Presiding Chair. So at this juncture, Madam Chair, we move on to the next item in the agenda, which is item B2 for second reading. So we have none, no item for second reading. We move on to item number B3, measures for third and final reading. We also have no measures for third and final reading. So the last item is under item B4, miscellaneous business. We have 10 items here. But at this juncture, Madam Chair, may I request from this august body that I be excused for the meantime because the team of doctors who will be arriving are already almost here. And the advance party is already coming. So I will be meeting them, and there will be 70 doctors who will do the surgical mission at Angel Salazar Memorial General Hospital tomorrow up to Thursday. So there will be a total of almost 200 patients from Anini to Libertad to be operated on free of charge. So at this juncture, Madam Chair, if the body would so agree, before I request Honorable Corbera to my deputy to take over, can I request for the suspension of the rules to accommodate this resolution, establishing the composition of the different standing committees of the Honorable Sangguniang Panlalawigan of the province of Antique for the term 2026 to 2028 with finality, Madam Chair.
Is that a motion, Floor Leader?
Yes, I move to request to suspend the rules to accommodate this because this is not in our agenda. And I wish that this be tackled immediately so we can finalize the standing committees, Madam Chair.
The floor leader is moving for the suspension of rules. Is there any second to the motion? Seconded by members Corvera and Luhipan. Rules suspended to accommodate the Committee on Rules. Please proceed.
Thank you, Madam Chair. As chairperson of the Committee on Rules, I humbly submit resolution number 355-2026, a resolution establishing the composition of the different standing committees of the Honorable Sangguniang Panlalawigan of the province of Antique for the term 2026 to 2028. Whereas the Honorable Sangguniang Panlalawigan of the province of Antique hereby establishes the composition of the standing committees, which shall have a chairperson, vice chairperson, and 3 committee members. Whereas the vice governor will automatically be an ex officio member of all the standing committees of the SP. Whereas the standing committees herewith mentioned shall be in charge of and take appropriate action on matters referred to it for consideration. Whereas the composition of the standing committees shall be as follows. This is sponsored by this representation as Committee on Rules Chairman. And these are the standing committees now with the corresponding chairpersons and members.
Member Piccho, can we only read the chairperson to facilitate a faster discussion?
What about the vice chairperson and the members? Because there might be some comments from the body.
We have agreed that the chairperson shall be in charge of picking the vice chair and the members. So please proceed to read the chairpersons of all the standing committees.
Okay. So I will now read the chairpersons of the 30 standing committees, Madam Chair.
Member Panlalawigan is recognized for his point of order. We approve this in principle, but this is a resolution finalizing the reorganization of the committee.
May motion na ito. May motion na rin. Wala lang reklamo ha. I remember.
So, Member Piccho,
May motion na
as a committee on rules,
Okay, in that case, I will no longer read this, but if I submit this, I hope that there will not be any comments anymore.
so the chair rules that the point of order is Member Panlalawigan is in order. This resolution is already approved in the last session. Member Cordero, you're recognized. What is that? Another point of order?
Madam Chair, this is making use of the suspended rules. Because there was an excerpt from the minutes of our regular session last March 9, 2026. This is a resolution remanding ordinance number 022/2025 of the City of Sibalang. This is a correction because that ordinance was numbered 023/2025. The correct number of the ordinance for the presenting chair is ordinance number 022/2025, of which the title of the ordinance is an ordinance establishing guidelines for safe handling, storage, disposal of agricultural chemicals and industrial substances in the city of Sibalong, providing for barangay level coordination, strict implementation, penalties, and for other purposes. So, Madam President Chair, this is just a correction to the number of.
Member Corbera, before we entertain your motion, Member Piccho, Committee on Rules, are you done with your earlier resolution?
Not yet. That's why I would like to present this because under the representative, the 9 representatives, the Honorable Fernando Cordera, who was the chairman of the Provincial Law Enforcement Board, was replaced by the Honorable Alfie J. Nikia. So I would like to read this para at least klaro, because he might be expecting that he is the chairperson of the plen.
It was already approved last session, Member Piccho.
But he was not aware that he was replaced by the Honorable Nikia.
Yeah, I already have heard that.
He is aware. So with that, you would like to withdraw your earlier motion as the proposed resolution is already approved last session.
I will not withdraw it. If the resolution is in order, then it be seconded again. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you, Member Piccho. So for another resolution under suspension of rules, is a resolution earlier presented by Member Corbera. Please proceed for your final motion, Member Corbera.
Thank you very much, Representative. This is resolution demanding ordinance number 022/2025 of the City of Sibalong, Antique. An ordinance establishing guidelines for safe handling, storage, and disposal of agricultural chemicals and industrial substances in the City of Sibalong, providing the barangay level coordination, strict implementation penalties and for other purposes. Madam President, Chair, the only thing we have changed here is the number of the ordinance. Instead of 023, it will be 022, Madam President. Chair.
Member Corbera is moving to approve resolution amending the previous passed resolution with a correction of instead of municipal ordinance 022 be changed to 023.
No.
Or is it 023 to 022?
Yes, Madam President. Chair.
Is there any second to the motion presented? Seconded by members Aluipan and Piccio. Is there any objection? And hearing none, motion is approved.
Thank you very much. Madam
Thank you,
President.
Member Corbera. Floor leader,
Thank you. At this juncture, I move that the rules be lifted.
rules is now restored. So,
We move on to the next items in the agenda under miscellaneous business, Madam Chair. We have 10 items, but I would like to request to be excused, and instead, I would like to request the Honorable Fernando Corbera, who has been doing a good job previously, to continue on behalf of the state of the chairperson of the Committee on Rules.
is everybody amenable or are we allowing Member Piccio to be excused? So without any objection, Member Piccio, you are excused and send our regards to all the doctors. Thank you so much.
By the way, tomorrow, the welcome dinner will be at 6 o'clock in the evening at Eagles Hotel. Although the doctors will not be staying there, but the venue for the welcome dinner will be at the Eagles Hotel. So all the board members, including the Vice Governor, are invited to attend the welcome dinner tomorrow.
Thank you, Member Piccio.
And then the Thanksgiving dinner, which will be on April 23, you are again all invited to attend the Thanksgiving dinner. It will be at Villa Hernandez Beach Resort in Bilisan at 6 o'clock in the evening.
Thank you,
Thank
and
you
you
very
are now
much.
excused.
Thank you very much.
So, Assistant Floor Leader, Member Corbera, please continue to guide. We are now under miscellaneous business.
Thank you very much, Madam President. Chair. And we have about 10 miscellaneous businesses. And please recognize this substitution for the first two miscellaneous business, Madam President. Chair.
Please proceed.
For the first miscellaneous business is the proposed resolution introduced by this representation, co-sponsored by members Piccio, Nimamay, Obenosa, Alamis, and La Vega. Entitled, a resolution informing all municipal local government units, LGUs through their respective municipal agricultural offices to spearhead the implementation of the katuwang ng diwa at gawa para sa masaganang ani at kita at mataas na kita o kadiwa ng Pangulo Program pursuant to Provincial Ordinance Number 2025-408 and in accordance with the ALE Memorandum Circular Number 2024-003. So, Madam President, if there are no more questions, I would like to move for the approval of this proposed measure.
Member Corbera is moving for the approval of the aforementioned resolution. Is there any second to the motion? Seconded by members Aluipan, Nikia, Alamis. Is there any objection? I hear that motion is approved.
Thank you very much, Madam President. Chair. And for my next and miscellaneous business is a proposed resolution introduced by this representation co-sponsored by members Piccio, Dimamay, Obenosa, Alamis, and La Vega. Entitled, a resolution earnestly requesting Honorable Paulo Eduardo S. Xavier, Governor Province of Antique, to allocate funds amounting to 5 million pesos in support of the implementation of the katuwang sa diwa at gawa para sa masagang ani at kita or kadiwa ng Pangulo Program pursuant to the Provincial Ordinance Number 2025-408 and in accordance with the ALD Memorandum Circular Number 2024-003. 003. Madam President Chair, if there are no more questions, I am moving for its approval.
Member Corvera is moving for the approval of the aforementioned resolution. Is there any second to the motion? Is there any second? Seconded by members Palacios, Piccio, Alamis, Gasalao, Rico Puerto, and Aluhipan. Is there any objection? I hear none. Motion is approved.
Thank you very much, Madam President.
Thank you.
Chair. And for the third miscellaneous business, are you
Member Corvera, please represent this representation to present items 3 and 4.
Thank you very much, Madam Presiding Chair. For item 3 and the miscellaneous business, this is a proposed resolution introduced by Honorable Terminal Rose A. Mamay, is member, and our concurrent acting presiding chair, co-sponsored by this representation, entitled, a resolution requesting the Honorable Governor Paulo Ibrado S. Xavier to facilitate the conduct of a seminar by the Anti-Red Tape Authority or ANTA in compliance with Republic Act number 00-11032, otherwise known as Ease of Doing Business and Efficient Government Service Delivery Act of 2018, jointly with the Civil Service Commission and requiring the attendance of all government department heads and other responsible officers. If there are no more questions, I am moving for support, Madam President.
Member Corvera is moving for the approval of the aforementioned resolution. Is there any second to the motion? Seconded by Member Aluhipan. Is there any objection? I see none. Motion is approved.
Thank you very much, Madam President Chair. And for the fourth miscellaneous business, this is again sponsored by our temporary presiding chair, Member Dimamay, co-sponsored by this representation, Member Piccio, a resolution urging the provincial governor to allocate funds from the 70% disaster prevention, mitigation, and preparedness component of the local Disaster Risk Reduction Investment Fund, LDRIMPF, for the procurement and distribution of climate resilient seeds and defining the collaborative roles of the PDRRMC or MO and the Office of the Provincial Agriculturist or OPA. Madam Presiding Chair, if there are no more questions on this proposed measure, I am moving for its approval.
Member Corvera is moving for the approval of the aforementioned resolution. Is there any discussion? Is there any second to the motion? Seconded by Member Aluhipan, Members Aluhipan and Tobianosa. Is there any objection? I hear none. Motion is approved.
Thank you very much, Madam Presiding Chair.
Thank you, Member Corvera.
If miscellaneous business, please recognize Member Tobianosa for the motion.
Member Tobianosa is recognized to present item 6.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
5.
So, Madam Chair, this is a resolution endorsing resolution number 06 series of 2026 of Barangay Kapitang Second, Sipalo Cavite, entitled resolution currently asking financial assistance from beloved Honorable Paulo Eduardo Quezon, Governor Province of Cavite, the amount of 5 million pesos for the completing of Nia Road, Fund to Market Road from Barangay Kapitang Second, Purong 4, Sitio Puro, to District 3, Sipalo, Cavite. Request by your colleague this representation. I so move for the approval, Madam Chair.
Member Tobianosa is moving for the approval of the aforementioned resolution. Is there any discussion? Is there any second to the motion? Seconded by Members Corvera, Aluhipan, Alamis. Is there any objection? Hear none. Motion is approved. Thank you, Member Tobianosa.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Floor leader.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. And for miscellaneous businesses 6 to 9, please recognize Member Alamis for the measures.
Member Alamis is recognized to present four resolutions. Please proceed.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good morning, each and everyone. Madam Chair, I would like to request if I could I could read this in bulk, resolution, because it has the same title resolution.
Kindly read the title individually for record purposes. First is item number 6. Just the title, if the body is available to dispense with the reading of the whereases. Please proceed, Member Alamis, individually.
Proposed resolution endorsing in the office of Honorable Paolo Everardo Esapir, Governor Province of Antique. The resolution number 02 series of 2026 of Barangay San Isidro Tibiao, Antique, requesting financial assistance on the installation of solar street light in the amount of 500,000 pesos. This resolution is introduced by this representation, co-sponsored Honorable Fernando Cabrera, Honorable Joseph Eugene Alican, and Honorable Gacela Puerto.
Member Alamis is moving for the approval of the aforementioned resolution. Is there any discussion? Is there any second to the motion? Seconded by members Corbera and Alican. Is there any objection? I hear none, motion is approved. Thank you. Please proceed to the next.
Thank you. A proposed resolution endorsing to the office of Honorable Paulo Everardo Esapir, Governor, Province of Antique, the resolution number 10 series of 2026 of Barangay Caritan Patnomon, Antique, requesting financial assistance for the installation of solar street light in the amount of 500,000 pesos. Introduced by this representation, co-sponsors, Honorable Rivera, Honorable Lipan, and Honorable Puerto. There are no more questions. I move to approve the proposed resolution.
Thank you. Member Alamis is moving for the approval of the aforementioned resolution as embodied in item 7. Is there any discussion? Is there any second to the motion? Seconded by members Corvera and Palacios and Dikia, Aluipan and Tanlangit. Is there any objection? I hear none, motion is approved. Please proceed to the next.
A proposed resolution endorsing to the office of Honorable Paulo Everardo Esapir, Governor, Province of Antique, a resolution number 11 series of 2026 of Barangay Ibubon, Patnomon, Antique, requesting financial assistance for the installation of solar street light in the amount of 500,000 pesos. This resolution introduced by this presentation, co-sponsored Honorable Cabrera, Honorable Eugene Alipan, and Honorable Rico. If there are no more questions, I move to approve the proposed resolution.
Member Alamis is moving for the approval of the aforementioned resolution. Is there any discussion? Is there any second to the motion? Seconded by members Alohipan and Rico Puerto. Is there any objection? I hear none, motion is approved. We have still one last item. Please proceed.
Resolution, a proposed resolution endorsing the office of Honorable Paulo Everardo Esapir, Governor, Province of Antique. The resolution number 10 series of 2026 of Barangay Ilaya, Pugas, Antique, requesting financial assistance for the installation of solar street light in the amount of 500,000 pesos. Introduced by this representation, sponsored Honorable Cabrera, Honorable Lipan, and Honorable Rico. If there are no more questions, I move to approve the proposed resolution.
Member Alamis is moving for the approval of the aforementioned resolution. Is there any discussion? Is there any second to the motion? Seconded by members Corbera and Palacios. Is there any objection? I hear none, motion is approved. Thank you, Member Alamis. Item number 10 is already discussed and approved. So, floor leader, please proceed to the next item.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Since miscellaneous business number 10 was already approved, and we go next to letter C of our business, which is the unassigned business, which we don't have in the order of business. And
Rivera,
yes,
before we proceed to the next item, we would like to put on record that the Sangguniang Panlalawigan is extending its heartfelt gratitude to OPJA for the assistance it provided to the provincial government employees, extended as well to the members of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan for the rise. So with that, we extend our gratitude to OPJA for the record.
Madam Chair,
Thank you.
Madam Chair, I propose that will be sent and ready pass.
Thank you. We will present a resolution for next session as we cannot entertain a verbal motion. But for the record, of JL members, we are grateful for the assistance. So for the next item,
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. And for the next item, unassigned business, which we have none. And the last in the order of business is the very welcome number, the adjournment. So, Madam President Chair, there are no more business to tackle, and I move for thank you. So we have to tell everybody, you don't have to hurry because you have guns at the other side. So, Madam Presiding Chair, if there are no more things to tackle, I move for the adjournment of today's session until we meet again on April 27. Thank you.
with the motion of the Assistant Floor Leader, session is now adjourned and see you on April 27 at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Our catering gali, ang ipaserve namin, naka-admin na